speech of the day, ladies and gentlemen, will be Scott Loveless. And I said your name right, correct?
Yes.
Oh, goodness, okay. And his speech titled, Programming for Success.
Whether you want to uncover the secrets of the universe or you just want to pursue a career in the 21st century, basic computer programming is an essential skill to learn. This quote comes from the recently passed theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking. Dr. Hawking's words ring very true. In fact, according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, employment of software developers is projected to grow 24% by 2026, much faster than the average for other careers. I know that some of you in the audience have young kids, or perhaps you have younger siblings, or maybe you just have an opportunity to mentor young people. As computer programming skills become increasingly relevant for job seekers, now and continuing into the future, we must see the value in teaching programming skills to children early in their education to set them up for success. Today I want to talk to you about why having these skills is so important, why teaching the basics of computer programming to children at a young age is so beneficial for them, and finally, how you can take action to put this into practice. First, let's discuss why programming skills are so important in the job market of today and tomorrow. By 2026, employment of applications developers is expected to grow 31%. The main reason for this is the huge growth in demand for computer software. The need for new applications on smartphones and tablets will continue to increase this demand for application software developers. Systems developers are likely to see new opportunities because of an increase in the number of products that use software. For example, more computer systems are being built into consumer electronics and smart appliances. Additionally, concerns over threats to computer security will result in increasing investment in security software to protect computer networks and our electronic infrastructure. Job prospects will be best for applicants with knowledge of the most up-to-date programming tools and for those who are proficient in one or more programming languages. This is true even if one is not seeking a job directly in IT or software development. While school computer programs are expanding regularly, the unfortunate truth is that 3/4 of US schools do not offer meaningful computer science courses. Computing jobs are the #1 source of new wages in the US, and with 500,000 job openings currently, we simply cannot ignore the importance of these skills. Next, I'll explain why teaching these skills to children at a young age is so beneficial. Many people understand that early childhood is the best time to learn a new language. According to an article on medicalexpress.com, teaching your children how to speak a second language is not only good for their minds, but cognitive advantages follow from becoming bilingual, and these advantages can contribute to a child's future academic success. If this idea holds true, that for learning a second spoken language, it can also be true for a programming language. The logic is the same when solving a problem using either a natural spoken language or a programming language. The only difference is the syntax. Both types of languages are used for communicating. While natural spoken languages are used for communication between humans, programming languages are designed for communication between a human and a computer. As we all know, our kids are already interacting with computers on a daily basis. For a child, learning a language is part of their brain chemistry. They're literally built to absorb information. These ideas are supported in a 2017 article published in the JIMA Online Journal of Language Studies. With these language similarities in mind, it makes sense that early childhood is a perfect time to introduce fundamental programming concepts. So if we understand why these skills are important and why there is so much benefit to learning them at a young age, how can we actually teach them to kids? There's some simple steps you can take when introducing computer programming to kids. Some of these ideas come from writer Matt Davis in his 2014 article, Teach Your Kids to Code, 6 Beginner's Resources for Parents. First, the tools we need are already available. There are tons of free resources online designed for introducing kids to programming. Some examples are Made with Code by Google, Hour of Code, and lessons and tutorials from code.org and Khan Academy. Introduce kids to the right programming languages. Use MIT's Scratch for younger kids. Kids between 8 and 13 years old will benefit from Scratch's simple graphical interface. Scratch's drag and drop code blocks snap together. Pieces of code that don't make sense simply won't fit together. Scratch is great for younger kids who have not yet developed their typing skills. For teens and preteens, a real-world programming language like Python is more suitable. If your child has outgrown Scratch, Python is the best next step. If you want to actively participate in teaching, here's some tips for working with kids. Show them source code from actual programs. Don't just talk concepts at them. Programming is a hands-on skill that requires practice and more than just reading books. Programming video games is a common starting point for many young coders. Angry Birds, Minecraft, Flappy Bird, and other games are prime sources for inspiration. Game programming is a great way to keep the experience fun while learning important concepts. Finally, skip the heavy computer science. When starting, covering a wide range of topics is better than going deep into technical detail. Let your kids find their own passion. Once your child samples what the programming world has to offer, they'll be excited to explore the parts they like. I've talked about the importance of programming skills in future job markets, why it's important to introduce these skills to children, and how we can go about actually teaching kids these concepts. I hope I've convinced you of the value of teaching programming to children at an early age. Kids who grow up learning these valuable skills will have a great advantage as they enter the job markets of the future. And I'll leave you with the following quote. We live in a time of extraordinary change that's affecting the way we live and the way we work. New technology replaces any job where work can be automated. Workers need more skills to get ahead. These changes aren't new, and they're only going to accelerate. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, how can we make sure everyone has a fair shot at success in this new economy? Well, according to former President Barack Obama, the answer is coding and computer science education. Thank you.